Hoosier hello to another episode of Across the Bricks. Our last one online before we go back to school, maybe?
Well, it depends if we can book
Yeah, I don't
the
know when the
studio before
studio's
this
available.
restarts.
Are you
Yeah, I
going
don't
to
know
be
either.
back at school next week?
Yeah, I move in a week from yesterday, so
Which is I'm really do you move in
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah,
I move in Monday,
cool.
17th. All right, well sweet. Maybe. Or maybe you'll see us on here
Who
again.
knows? Whatever. Yeah.
Either way, we'll be talking about IndyCar. But this
Yes.
week we'll go through and recap the race at Portland,
Hmm.
which was
Not great.
lackluster.
Yeah, and the
Um,
viewership was too.
the viewership was as well.
It's time for Portland to get going, I think.
And I've heard that there were some improvements made in terms of racetrack and fan quality.
That's good.
Like that, just the fans. I've heard a lot of positive comments from drivers and media members
Hmm.
about just how the fans this year were good fans. They seemed educated. They seemed engaged with the
Yeah.
sport, but yet there still weren't that many of them.
No,
So I
it looked
appreciate the
bad.
people who actually care coming out, but like what
Yeah.
IndyCar's target audience needs to be right now is that general public that has no idea what's happening, because that's
Hmm.
how you grow the sport. And obviously the racetrack looked pretty new. I think they've been keeping it in good shape, the track itself, but it
Yeah.
doesn't sound like the facility was in the greatest of shape,
Right.
as I think we kind of all expected. So
Hmm.
we'll dive into IndyCar's latest with that and why Portland should or shouldn't be on the schedule next year. We'll give a little silly season talk as rumors continue to develop. And then we'll preview Markham with the very little information Aiden and I
Markham.
know about Markham.
Markham. It's so funny. We have two new racetracks in a row, Markham and DC.
Two new street
So
circuits in a
it's gonna
row.
it's gonna it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, two new street circuits.
Nice smelling Andretti dominance.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
It's
Andretti
too
and
hard to
Alex Palou
predict. I
dominance.
mean, Andretti did win Arlington. Actually, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, three new
Andretti is
street courses this
exceptional
season.
when you go to new street courses because they
Yeah,
just have the best street course cars, so they just
they
start ahead
do.
of everybody.
I know. Yeah.
Which is why in our predictions, I believe I had all three in our top 10. Maybe
Hmm.
not willpower, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, you did the top 10.
I did the top
So
10.
yeah,
I put all three of them there.
we definitely
Yeah.
did. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, well, first we'll talk about Portland. I'll bring up thoughts I just came to my mind earlier. Or I mean
Mm.
later. Portland, obviously won by Alex Palou, Fro by Felix
Yeah. Quozenquist.
Rosenquist,
Yeah.
in that beautiful Grateful Dead car.
Yeah.
I loved that livery. It looked amazing, and I was so good to see it running up front all day. But man, Alex Palou is inevitable.
He's just too good. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of shattering watching him overcut Felix there after that first round of pit stops.
Yeah.
And I knew the race was over from there. I texted you. I just texted you, it's over.
Yeah.
Period. It's just
I think
yeah.
I sent a very similar text along that line.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even like Alex Palou winning is inevitable anymore. It's he's going to start third, he's going to overcut you on the first stint, and then you're going
Yeah.
to run away with the race. I feel like it happens at every road
And it
course.
always happens when him and Rosenquist are on the front row. It's so predictable.
Yeah.
Felix will have like a good enough first stint to stay ahead. And then after the pit stops, Palou will take the lead and his pace will just be so much better. And Rosenquist will not be able to match him. And
And
that's it.
I think that's because Palou has full faith and trust in his team, and that
Yeah.
gives him the ability to not have to stress about going to take the lead
That's the
right
thing, right?
now
I
or
don't think he even
pushing.
worries about passing him in the first stint. I think he waits, he knows it's gonna come to him.
He
So he
hits a
just holds
fuel
tight.
number
Yeah.
so he can overcut. Trust his
Right.
team in the pits, gets him every time.
And his pit stops, the 10 team is so good with their pit stops.
So good.
They don't make any mistakes.
Arguably the best in
So,
this series.
yeah,
I don't know.
very, very
There are
consistent.
numbers for this. They like do a thing because I looked at him one time and VK was like fourth.
Yeah, his team is really good too this year.
I don't know
Yeah.
how to find it, but oh, found it. Firestone pit stop standings. Um, it's based on points. I don't fully understand how this works, but the nine car
Okay.
is number one,
Okay.
and Polo is sixth. It
No.
goes nine car, three car, two car, 15 car, five car, 10 car, 76 car.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in last is the four car and the
Right.
20 and the 20 car,
Yikes.
which
Yeah.
uh
Sorry, Rossi.
And maybe that's another reason that we can give Kyle Collette some benefit of the doubt on the
Yeah,
recent struggles. Um,
right.
I'm
Should we
just
just jump into that? How it's been confirmed that he's
let's
not going to be at MSR next year.
yeah, I mean let's. I want to finish recapping Portland real quick. There's a few
Okay.
things I want to talk about, and the
Yeah.
blue flag rule is one of them. I think we had
Oh
slightly
yeah.
different opinions on these on
Yeah, we
this
do.
with this
Yeah.
situation. And it's not that I really disagree with your opinion. It's
hmm
just hard for me to get mad at someone for something that's not illegal.
I think maybe it should be illegal. I mean, I feel like we're at the point where these cars are just in the way of like the main race. I mean, Stingray Rob was blocking, or not really blocking. He was in Rosenquist's way, and he was racing for
Wasn't it
18th.
Power? I
Sorry,
don't
yeah, you're right.
know.
Power.
Maybe it was
Sorry,
both.
it was Power.
I think he
He
messed up Erickson too. It was a few times, but
Yeah,
in my
because it was
eyes,
when Power was trying to go long in the second stint,
yeah,
right? So yeah, Power was trying to go long, and Rob was in his way. And I know that in the rules he's allowed to do that and stay ahead of the leader, but it really felt unnecessary when one guy is racing potentially for the win and the other is racing for 20th. I don't like it at all. So I think it's different. Like on ovals, obviously, I think it's fine, but on a road course or street course, I think we might need to implement blue flags.
yeah. I mean, I don't think blue flags are a bad thing, but I think in this specific situation, um, I don't think as much as I've heard the word in terms in the way or he's been, blocking them or things like that over social media in
hmm
the last few days. I disagree with all of those. I think Stingray, although much slower, I think Stingray Rob was just racing on a clean racing line. I didn't see anything where he would, aside from the going into, I don't remember what turn it is, the fast left-hander, that's like the second
hmm
last turn. People were really complaining about that one when he kind of chomped
Yeah,
down on
that
Power.
was a bit aggressive.
But
Yeah,
I texted it to you. Power wasn't even close to alongside. He was front tire to back tire. And at turn in, like you
yeah.
really expect Stingray to just lift, go into the grass at that point. Like he's
Well,
just
he
gonna
could have let him by on the straight.
yeah, but he
I don't
doesn't
know.
have to. He's on an off
I
strategy.
know.
He's still
I don't
trying
know. It makes me uneasy. Just the guy in 18th
it,
racing the leader. Yeah.
and I understand where you come from, and I think part of that might be because you grew up as a F1 and NASCAR fan and then kind of came to IndyCar. But as someone who
No,
grew up in
I
the
started watching F1 and IndyCar at the same time, but
really okay,
yeah,
someone who grew up a NASCAR fan, then I don't really
yeah.
know how blue flags work
NASCAR
in
doesn't have blue
NASCAR.
flags, but
Yeah, but like
I just
I just as a guy who
I think
grew up watching
it's never an
IndyCar,
issue there because typically the leader is let go by whoever is getting lapped. I mean, well, on a road course, like they don't really put up too much of a fight because they know it's not their race. I don't know. I just don't know why Stingray didn't let him through. It's
yeah,
whatever.
and I'm not saying don't be respectful, right? Don't be just an idiot, right?
Yeah,
But I don't think Stingray was being an idiot. He didn't do anything like irrational. He didn't actually like I didn't see him actually race them. If Power would have pulled out alongside on the straight, you would have just let him go. He wouldn't have gone side by side into a corner.
yeah,
But he had to turn in. Power wasn't even close to alongside him, so he turned in. Like that makes sense in my mind, right? And like along with that, it's IndyCar. You're not a lap down to your lap, or you don't have to concede your position to your lap down to the entire field. It's built like that because strategy gets crazy in IndyCar sometimes. I understand this
mhm.
one was at the end of the race, so that's not as much of a valid take. But this has been a conversation in other racetracks. I can remember Mid Ohio last 2 years ago with Benjamin Peterson. Was
Yeah,
a
yeah, tier two.
this was a huge topic, and his was a bit more in the wrong because he was actually a lap down to the entire field
hmm
and like kind of blocking people. It's kind of probably one of the reasons Benjamin Peterson's not in the sport anymore.
Well, yeah, he was
Um,
just shit. Sorry.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Um, but along with that, like I think there's a line and crazy strategy happens, right? There's a reason Charlie Kimball won at Mid Ohio. There's a reason Alexander Rossi somehow won the Indianapolis 500 in 2016. IndyCar is probably the only motorsports series in the world that I can think of that these extraneous, weird strategies happen significantly often. It feels like we get at least one every year,
Yeah.
right? And road courses is usually the bearing of that. It's road courses or the 500 usually. Occasionally, you get another oval in there. But like, and I'm not saying this situation could be that because there's like 25 laps left. But I feel like if you make that rule for IndyCar, you kind of shut down the ability to, once you're a lap down, like why run the car? You're not going to get your lap back.
Well,
You can't get it
yeah.
because if you have to concede to the entire field, like you're just going to the back of the field and and your race is done. You might as well just pull over and park the car. And like I
But I mean,
don't like racing
You're
like
still
that.
racing for more points. Like if there's other people lapped, you're still racing them. You know. I mean,
Yeah, but like Stingray was the only person lapped. Or there are a lot of situations like that in IndyCar. Do you see what I'm saying?
I don't know.
It
I guess
provides
I don't know.
it provides absolutely no pathway to get back on the lead lap. And I don't like that. I think if you can, you should be able to race your way back to the lead lap.
Yeah,
And I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
Stingray was actively now, if you're actively holding people up, that's very different.
Yeah,
And that could be up to the stewards. But in my opinion, I do not think Stingray was actively holding anyone up. He was slower,
I don't
but he
know.
was just racing competitively, and he let
Yeah,
people. And
I, I
and when
I still think
someone
he was in the way. He
and
was
when
in the
someone
way.
made yeah, he was in the way, but he was legally in the way.
Yeah,
He
I
was
don't
a
know.
bit
I
slower than Power. He was a bit
Felix
slower than
Rosenquist
Ericsson.
said we need blue flags, and I agree with him. So
I'm not saying we. I think we need blue flags as well.
yeah,
I
I
just
just don't
think
think we
we
should have a situation like this again. It's just yeah,
it's annoying, but I personally, under the rules, do not think he should have been blue flagged, and I don't understand why. I understand why a lot of people are upset, but if those who understand IndyCar, like so, for example, you're upset, but you're not upset that IndyCar didn't call anything because you understand that's the rule.
right.
I saw a lot of
I
people
think it's just
online.
Rob should have moved.
Well, yeah, but I saw a lot of people online who were like really upset with IndyCar for not giving him a penalty
Yeah, no,
or blue
that's
flag. I was
silly.
like, you
Yeah,
don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, no,
Like
yeah.
it's IndyCar did everything right. Whether Stingray should have moved or not, in my opinion, you can't get mad at someone for
Like
doing
he
something
followed the
completely
rules.
legal.
It's just a matter of if that should be the rule or not.
Yeah,
Like it's yeah. That's
and
it.
I think that's a conversation for IndyCar to have.
Yeah.
I now a lap down to the entire field might be a bit high. I think maybe a lap down to half the field or the top 10 might be a line, but I don't think it
Yeah.
should be just the leader. Because then you get in a
Mm,
really stick. I know we're just talking about only on road and street courses, but like on ovals, and there are like, for example, Portland, there's a 30-second pit loss on pit lane, right? And it is a 58-second lap.
mm,
There are people who are still effectively in the race that will only be 20 seconds behind the the race leader, right? Like if you're only 20 seconds behind the leader, you are not out of the race. With
mm.
right now, that is sometimes like sixth place.
Yeah.
And you're telling me if he comes out a lap down, he should have to legally concede to everybody?
Yeah.
Like
I guess. Yeah.
there's just line. I see what you're saying, and I agree
Yeah.
with you in a lot of ways. I think there's just a line to follow, and I don't think first place is it. But I also understand that I think last place might be too far. All right, little silly season talk here. With no official announcement, obviously Marcus Ericsson did get announced in the NJ
Yes,
seat,
that
but
did.
I don't really think that was news to anybody.
No, I think we kind of expected that after Gateway. That podium basically locked his seat. Yeah.
That and I think we all can still see the future of they're kind of just waiting on Dennis Hogger to develop a little bit, which he's been looking
Yeah.
good, specifically in qualifying this year. I've seen highlights,
Hmm.
obviously, but like I think Dennis Hogger still has the talent to take over that 28 seat immediately, or not immediately yet, eventually.
Next year. Yeah.
He's
Or
just got to show a
2 years from
little bit
now.
more development.
Yep.
And as much as he's definitely going to stay at Dale Coyne next year. I think that's pretty locked
Right.
in, especially with the technical partnership. But Dale Coyne has not had a good year. Um,
No.
They've had more highlights than they have in a while, specifically the Indianapolis 500, which I
Right.
do like to bring up all the time that he had a pit lane speeding penalty in that. And if
Yeah.
he didn't, he would have probably finished in the top 10 with Grosjean. And that would
Right.
have changed a lot of people's opinion on Dennis Hogger a lot.
Yes.
And I still view him as he had that type of drive because
Hmm.
I watched it happen and it was pretty impressive
Right.
to see from a guy that no one thought was an oval guy in a car that
Hmm.
probably wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But still, I digress. But aside from that news, we've got a few rumors floating around. Let's start with Elio Castroneves has come out and said that Kyle Collette will not be in the
Not
66 car
going.
next year.
Yep.
He said there were contract negotiations and his talent was not the problem. They think he's very talented. He just didn't seem to have the funding. And
Yeah.
I've heard from other places that MSR is looking to have probably north of I don't know the funding that they have, but they expect their drivers to bring in at least $2 million from whether it be, I don't know if it's sponsorship money or race winning revenue. And their
Hmm.
reasoning seems to be because possibly because they shut down their IMSA program, right?
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing, is usually when you shut down another program, you have more money for another one. But I think that this might have caused a little bit of sponsorship issues for Meyer Shank in a few ways.
Hmm.
I don't really know what the full situation is, but they are expecting their drivers to bring in at least $2 million
That's
of income.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
And so if you're a driver, say, who's someone in the Indy Next Championship that, I don't know, Max Taylor, he's not, no, okay, Nikita Johnson, a driver that, I guess he's ECR, so it wouldn't be him. Either way, let's just throw Nikita in there. If you get an offer from MSR to be your first level or to be, in the 66 car for next year, and you've got the money funding to run the car, but you're still expected to make $2 million in revenue. That's a lot of weight on your back, right?
Yeah.
That's not an easy thing throughout the year. I know Fro and
No.
Armstrong probably did it this year. Maybe not
Yeah.
Armstrong, but like, I mean, it's like I don't know exactly where that is. That's leadership circle money, which is a million and more.
Hmm.
So like that's a lot of weight as a rookie. It's
It
probably
is.
hard to just learn and not like be stressed about your actual finishing position.
Right.
Um, so I think a lot of younger guys are hesitant to take that. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
I mean, I really don't know. It's gonna have to be someone with money ultimately, and not really. So it's not gonna be a
So someone with
talent-based
probably
signing.
minimum 3 to 4 million.
So maybe
I
Enzo
hope.
Fittipaldi
Yeah, but here's the thing
is
with
what I
Enzo.
said.
Here's the thing with
Yeah.
Enzo. You're right, and that's a talent based signing too, because he's good.
He's decent. Yeah.
I mean, he's currently second in the Indian X Championship, I think,
Yeah.
or third. He's been one of the three battling all year, and we both
Yeah.
know that Nikita and Tomek are legit,
Hmm.
right? I know Enzo's a
I
bit
just,
older,
I
but
just don't know Enzo should be in a Meyer Shank car in his rookie season.
no,
I
I
don't know.
agree. But like, it could be way worse.
Yeah.
Another name I've been hearing float around a lot is Brinus VK after the
Right.
rumors that we can dive into that.
Lingard's
Well,
talk to PNC and
well, yeah, that makes sense, but I'm
right.
sure VK has as well. But
Maybe.
JHR has a contract matching clause in Renus's current contract. So any salary that Chip Ganassi or Meyer Shank or anyone that wants to hire Renus VK could offer him, JHR has the opportunity to match that exact salary, and then he has to
Mhm.
sign with them for that salary
I'm
instead
sure
of
there's an
them.
exit clause somewhere. There's got to be an exit clause somewhere in there.
Either that, or you're telling me Chip Ganassi can't offer him a salary that JHR simply can't pay.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
no
this
way.
clause more protects him going from JHR to Ed Carpenter Racing. That wouldn't make
Right.
any sense. But like
I don't
another
think
smaller
Kunkos would
team.
stop him from getting a shot at Ganassi. I just think
I think they would. I
that'd be
don't think
cruel.
they can, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like he's been so good for them that I think JHR would do absolutely anything to keep bringing CK. But I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to be able to. Um, and I think we both think, I think almost the entirety of the IndyCar fan base, not maybe the entirety, but a lot of them think Rinus VK is the best option for the 9 car right now.
Oh yeah, I think people
He's
almost
been
unanimously agree now.
I think he's been performing at a high level on all three facets of racetracks this year,
Hmm.
specifically ovals and road courses, in a
Yep.
JHR car that, despite, and I would say is probably faster this year than it's been in a while because of Stingray's
Yeah.
money that he's brought. They're able to kind of move some of that over to the Brenus
The
VK car.
76 car. Yeah.
And he's had significant partnership this year in Arco AMPM, thanks to Connor Daly, whatever you
Hmm.
want to call it. I think he's been really good. He's top 10 in points in a JHR car, which is not something we could have said
Yeah. It's
last
actually
year
crazy.
or ever, I don't think.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, it's impressive what he's doing. And I think
Yeah.
we've always known he deserves, at least you have always known he deserves a top seat. But
Hmm.
and I've always known it, but I needed to see a bit more results, and I think the team owners did as well, and he's
I
doing
think
that
this
this
year's
year
proved he's proved
for
it.
sure. And
I don't think it's even in question.
and people forget he's 24.
Yeah.
There are people in Indy Next. I think Lockie Hughes is 23.
Yeah.
And it feels like he's a veteran of the sport at this point, but he's been in the series for
I know.
five
That's what's
damn
so
years.
crazy. He's been in
Yes,
it since 2020. This is his seventh season.
Whoa, really?
Yes, this is his seventh season.
Dang. So he
Yeah.
started at 18, not 19?
Or is he 25?
He might be 25. I might be off. Whatever. That's not the point of this. The point is that Rinus VK is significantly younger. He can still act as a young driver for Chip Ganassi a little bit,
Hmm.
just in terms of age and contract length and all of that. But he has the veteran mentality. I think he brings a lot to the team that can help develop someone like Kiffin Simpson or give Alex Palou the technical data that he needs. We've
Oh my
talked about
God,
a
dude.
lot.
Him and Pelot as teammates, they would win everything. It would be destructive to the series. Just they would dominate.
Destructive.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if VK's that good that we'd like he'll win
Well,
everything,
I don't know. He will,
but
but
like
like
I think he
he
gets race wins.
he would complement Pelot very well.
I
I
agree.
think
Um,
it would be
and
quite the team duo.
and on the other hand, I think Christian Lundgaard compliments Palou horribly. I think
Yeah,
he gives Alex
that's
Palou
the thing, right?
nothing that he can use. Which, if you're Chip Ganassi right now, I know this isn't a
Well,
series where you
not only
focus on one
that,
driver, but like you have to focus on Alex Palou if you're
but
Chip
like that's the
Ganassi
thing.
right now.
Lingard's strong suits are also Pelot's strong suits. Well, VK, yeah, he's also good on road courses. He's not quite at Pelot's level, but he's really gotten the ovals. I would say maybe he could be a better oval driver than Pelot. Maybe. I don't know.
Wins don't speak for themselves, but I would say he brings more to the table in ovals than Christian Lundgaard does, and it's not close.
Yes.
He's probably VK is probably a top eight oval driver in the series right now, and I'd
Yeah.
probably give Pelot top six.
Yeah. I
Eh,
think they're fairly close, and I think
yeah, it's
VK. Well,
not that
I'd like
far
to see what
off.
he could do in a better car. Maybe. I mean, JHR is good on ovals, but I think Ganassi's
Yeah,
obviously definitely better. But I
no,
think it
I'd
would be
love to see what
interesting
he
to
can do.
see how they complement each other because I think it would be really, really good for that team.
I
So,
agree.
Colin Coppola, if you're listening, sign my boy.
I mean, he has absolutely no control over that,
Yeah, I know, I know.
but hopefully he gets to make the press release where they sign your boy.
Yes.
Um, but no, and I think we've talked about a lot, and you know my opinions on Christian Lundgaard,
Yeah, I know.
and
You don't.
and and if
You're
he
not a
gets
fan.
hired, I'm not. It's not that I'm not a fan of Christian Lundgaard. I don't. I'm neutral on Christian Lundgaard as a person and a driver.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
what I am very not a fan of is the fact that a arguably a top two car in the series right now in the nine car. If you want to say Chip
Hmm.
Ganassi is the best car, best team in the series right now,
Yeah,
which you
yeah, they are.
100% do, the nine car
Right.
is the second best car in the
Hmm.
series right now, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the fact that he might be in that because
Hmm.
that he's not a top two driver in the series.
Yeah.
I in my power rankings, I think I have him in like fifth or sixth, and I have him that high because of he is going to finish fourth to seventh in the championship every
Hmm.
year because of his road course ability unless he moves down to a lower team. But
Yeah.
if he would go to Chip Ganassi Racing, he'll finish fourth to seventh. But we've had this conversation. He's not beating Plo in the championship. He's not beating him on more than
Hmm.
two given weekends a year, probably, right? Like if you're gonna bring him in to win road courses, you already got that guy. We don't need another one because two
Hmm.
people can't win, right?
Yeah. You need more
And
attributes on
although
the
he
team.
would push Pelot to be better, he would not push
Hmm.
Pelot to be better on ovals, which is where Pelot needs
Hmm.
to improve, right? And street courses, the Lundgaard's good, but I haven't really seen anything that's as dominant as his road courses on street course. Possibly it's because McLaren's street course package isn't exceptional. Um, but like still, I don't know, I just don't see it, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't see he clearly doesn't work well with teammates. Um, Pato and him do not seem to get along that well,
No, no. They very clearly don't like each other.
and they really clearly don't share information. And from everything I've
Yep.
heard, that's on Christian Lundgaard's side. As soon as he
Hmm.
kind of didn't really like Pato, shout out Pato merch,
Yeah.
um, he like kind of just stopped sharing information with them, and
Hmm.
it. And we heard in the press releases from Tony Kanaan after they hired an entire new driver lineup. Essentially,
Hmm.
it was kind of acted as either three individual teams or Nolan and Pato versus Christian Lundgaard, and
Right.
probably still acting like that to this day,
Right.
specifically now after he didn't
And
get re-signed.
McLaren, oh my gosh, like they've just not really looked great, or at least not
No,
importantly. Like they
and I
just
think it
in
is
Nashville.
almost entirely credited to the fact that they don't have teammates sharing information. People don't understand
Yeah.
how important that is in the
It's
series.
not just that though. I feel like the team, like, just they lack consistency
I
altogether.
I think the lack of yes, okay, they have a lot to improve on whether it comes to pit stops,
I
just
think
general
just
speed. But I think a
the
lot of
car strategies, I don't
there's
know. It's
there's
just
been so
weaker.
many times this year that they've been on a race weekend and you feel like they're just missing one thing, right? They're
Hmm.
knocking on the door. There's obviously some weekends they've just been atrocious. This weekend was one of them at
Yeah.
Portland. They just were not good. But
I mean, Lingard had a good race, but
it's Lundgaard
his
at a road
teammates didn't.
course.
Right.
Um, but like, and also Lundgaard had a good race, but he didn't pass anybody that was really notable, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Like he raced up to 10th from 25th, which is impressive.
That's still really impressive, I
No,
think.
it's impressive. Don't get me wrong. Biggest mover
Especially
in
on the
any race
track
is
that isn't
impressive.
really great for passing.
But he didn't
But
pass anyone fast. That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, I
It's not
guess, yeah.
like Miles Rowe when he did the next race when he went from last to first. Like
Yeah.
he got to 10th and then he kind of stalled out in the last stint because he hit the people
Yeah.
who were
And
running his
Kiffin
pace.
Simpson overtook him.
Shout out Kiffin, by the way. I'm starting to look kind of right.
I mean, he had a good weekend. I need to see more performances like this consistently. I need more
Dude,
of it.
he has three top tens in the last four races and four top 15s in the last four races.
All right.
He
So
finished
I didn't
fourth at
see
Road
that.
America,
Really? Oh yeah. All right.
10th this
Right,
weekend.
yeah.
Was it 10th or ninth this weekend? Whatever it
Ninth.
was. He was eighth at Nashville. I think it was eighth.
Really? Really?
Yeah. And then he
Huh.
was 15th at whatever race I just missed in between all the Mid Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's had a significantly, yeah, he's starting to prove me right a little bit. I'm not saying he deserves the Chip Ganassi car. But I'm saying he's starting to look like an IndyCar driver. And I've always it's his third year. When guys make the jump from Indy next year early, you got to give them that extra year that they would have spent in Indy next. And then last year would have been his rookie season, so this is his second season.
Hmm.
The third year is the year most IndyCar drivers and typically pop off. So I'm excited to see
Yeah.
next year Kevin Simpson. Not that he's going to be really good, but I'm just excited to see what happens. I think he
We'll
does
see.
have talent. I really like him as a person. He's calm,
Yeah.
cool, and collected, and seems like a really good dude.
Oh, he's a good dude.
And
He seems,
despite
yeah.
the fact that his dad does or his family does fund that team, I think he is maybe one of the least atrocious cases of this we've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, I'd say, yeah. He's
Like he
pretty low on
actually
the
is
list of
getting
like
results.
pay drivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely the least egregious pay driver on the current grid by far.
Oh yeah, it's not close.
It's not even close.
And
Yeah.
there's arguments like Marcus Ericsson was technically a pay driver in his Husky Chocolate days, but like he didn't fund the
Yeah.
entire team; he just funded his car.
Right.
I'm talking about guys that have come in and legit paid for an entire team. Nolan Siegel's another one of them.
Right.
Just to
Exactly.
be in the series. Stingray Rob, right? And usually they're terrible. Sometimes it's a dad just trying to fund something so his kid gets in the sport and can learn. That's what's happening with Kiffin Simpson. But I think Kiffin
Mhm.
genuinely has talent.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. And also his car looks amazing. So I'm
Yeah.
always for
It's
it.
true. Yeah. I love the
But
Sunoco car. It looks really
probably
good.
the best car on the
Yeah.
grid right now.
And we do know now that he will be back next year.
Yes.
So that's
Shout out to Colin
yeah.
Culpa for
Yep.
DMing me on my we didn't I've not seen an official notice for Kiffin
Yeah.
Simpson. I think it might just be no one knows it, but his contract does go into
I
next
guess it
year.
goes till next year. Yeah.
But either way, shout out to our guy Colin Culpa
Yep.
for just DMing me like, hey, you guys can confirm Kiffin.
Yeah.
So if it hasn't been officially announced, it is now.
Yeah.
Kiffin Simpson will be in the 8 car next year.
Yes.
Um, I always forget he drove the 4 during his rookie year
I know that was so weird. That was such a
when it was
forgettable
a
year
non
for him.
AJ Foyt number.
Yeah, but that was just such a bizarre year for like because Ganassi had 5 cars. That was
Yeah.
insane. That was Armstrong in the 11. That was
And
crazy.
Lundqvist in the 8.
Yeah, that was
What
such
a
a
lot,
whack
what a
year.
driver land, by the way.
That was
If
stacked.
Kiffin ends up being really like good, and then
Hmm.
Linus somehow makes a comeback.
Well, even just Kiffin on his current form is better than Kiffin 3 years or 2 years ago. So I
Well, yeah,
mean,
but I'm just saying,
you
like,
had
in 10 years, right?
all those drivers in
We're gonna
at
look
their
back at
peak.
that driver lineup. If Kiffin ends up being good, Linus figures out a way
Yeah.
back in the sport, and I'm assuming Armstrong's going to keep going at the rate he is. You look back and you say they had two go to the sport, and Alex Blow and Scott
Yep.
Dixon. They had Kevin Simpson, who hopefully ends up becoming a prominent IndyCar driver, at least a solid one. And then they had Marcus Armstrong and Linus Lundqvist, who we both know
Yep.
were really talented. Like
Right.
how I understand why Chip struck gold with that and went to
Strip
five
weathers.
cars, strip weathers. Like at the time, I was like, why would anyone want 5 cars? But when you have
Yeah.
those 5 drivers,
Yeah.
also was that the year? Yeah, that was the year Armstrong did not do ovals and Sato did them for them.
No, That was 23.
Is that 23?
Armstrong was full time in 24.
I'm a year off.
Yep.
That did happen though. I'm not nuts. Thotto did ovals for Armstrong a year.
Yeah, I think so. Was it 22 or 23? Wait, it had to have been 23,
Dude,
I
when
think.
Pelot wins
I
all the
don't know.
championships, they all run together.
I don't know. Every year is starting to blend together. I don't know. This year and last year has been fairly sauceless compared to previous years.
Sauceless.
They
Yeah.
lack the sauce. I need sauce
We
back.
need sauce.
Just we need it. We
And
need a competitive
and
championship so bad.
and
It's just getting annoying.
and
I'm sorry.
everyone asks, excuse me, I don't know what is happening with my voice. Everyone asks, like, for Alex Palou not to win another championship, or like, can we
Mhm.
get rid of Alex Palou? I like Alex Palou. I have zero problems with him winning championships. I don't want him to win them by 200
Right.
freaking
That's the
points.
thing. I would not care that much if he won them by 2 points. It
Yeah,
would really not
it's a
be that
good
bad.
championship, and you just got
But
to respect the GOAT at that point.
right. It's
But
just,
like, come
but
on,
when he's
guys,
winning
can
by
no one else
200
find
points,
something?
it's crazy. He has a larger lead now than he did at this point last year, which is crazy because last year felt more dominant.
And he
But
wrapped
this
up.
year,
Well, it's because he won the 500 last year.
right, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
So he won the
That probably,
500
yeah. That was the
and
main
still
reason.
had more points.
Right.
Insane.
And yeah, so I mean
He's he
it's just
is.
nuts. And that was when the 500 was double points.
I want to bring this up. This might be a little bit of a real attention grab. See how it does.
Hmm.
Is it crazy to say that Alex Palou is already the IndyCar GOAT?
I don't think it is.
He's got one Indy 500, which is
He's
the
going to have 5 championships in a few weeks from now. Just keep that in mind.
in 6 years.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry,
Yes.
7 years. 7 years in the
Five.
sport. 6 years
Yeah.
with Chip
Well, yeah,
Ganassi
but six
racing.
years in with championships. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Six
Which is
six
just
years with a
crazy.
legit chance of having the championship. But
Yes.
but in 7 years in IndyCar, he has five championships. He is what, 28?
Yeah.
Something along that area.
Hmm.
Not like still got ages and ages of time to go.
Yes.
Um, and he's got an Indy 500. I'm checking Alex Palou's age. I hope it's not on the IndyCar app. Never mind. I don't know. But um, but let's compare, right? So AJ Foyt's got what, six championships for Indy? No,
7.
seven championships for Indy
Yeah, but
500s.
he won. He was in the USAC days, and it was not as.
It is clear as much as AJ Foyt is for sure a goat of IndyCar. Do not get me wrong. And team owner as well. Great team owner.
Hmm.
His team has been relatively successful for the amount of funding they have compared to some other
Yeah.
teams. Um, I think that he raced in a time that was significantly less competitive, right?
Yeah.
Some of his
Yeah.
500 wins came in a time where there were only like 10 people who finished the race.
Right.
If you just got the 500 miles, it was like exceptional.
Yeah.
When like nowadays, the expectation is you get to 500 miles, right?
Right.
And I'm not saying, and I'm not even confident Alex Palou is going to win another 500. He doesn't have that level of oval talent. I wouldn't be surprised,
No, he will.
right?
I do think he
And I
will.
think he will as well. But if he doesn't, it won't shock me. Like if
Yeah.
Malukas doesn't win a 500, it'll shock me.
Yeah.
Or if Pato doesn't win a 500,
That
it'll
will
shock
shock me
me.
too. Yeah.
But if Palou doesn't win a second, it won't shock me.
Hmm.
Even if Ericsson doesn't win a second, it won't shock
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But like I think he also will, given what we've seen. If he can get the car. But that's a different
Hmm.
discussion for a different day.
Yeah. I don't know about
I
Andretti
think
on
I
at the
think right
500.
now Scott Dixon is still my goat, right? Six championships, won 500.
Hmm.
But here's
But
why
that
it's
was
not
also in
crazy
a
to say.
much longer period of time.
Much longer period of time.
Yeah.
Alex Poole is about to have five championships, won 500 in
And
7 years.
but also, let's clock this real quick. This is like probably the most competitive era of IndyCar, driver talent wise.
Really, ever.
Yeah, probably.
At least in our
So
lifetime.
deep that. That's all I have to say. I mean, it's going to be undisputable in a few years from now
Yeah.
when
And
Polo inevitably wins his sixth
And this
and
is
maybe
why
his
when
second.
everyone gets pissed off, I just say I like to sit back and enjoy greatness because I know we were talking about this the other day, and I don't think we ever brought it back on the podcast. Like, you know how like the GOAT debate for basketball, all the old heads think MJ's the GOAT because they got to watch him
Yep.
play, but we all the new kids think it's LeBron because we got to watch him
Uh-huh.
play. And like
Right.
all the old heads are like, you just didn't get to see MJ, XYZ. That's gonna be us with
Mm.
Pelot to our kids in like 30 years.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna be talking to them about things, and they're gonna be like, I don't know, whatever young kid that's like 2 years old right now is like the goat of their generation, and we're gonna be
Yep.
like, you didn't see Alex Blow drive,
Yeah. No, you didn't.
and
Yep.
the thing is, our kids might see him drive. I don't know what our timeline for life is, but he's only 28. If he drives to as long Dixon is, my kids might be alive.
Shit, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm 20 or will be in September.
Yep.
I mean, that's not if I have kids at 28, let's say, or
Hmm.
30 for easy math. If I have kids at 30, that
He'll
means
still
he'll
be
only be 38.
38.
And if he
Right.
drives 8,500 till he's 45, like Castor Neves did, my kids will remember
Hmm.
him driving. That is
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, because that means your kid will be 7 watching him drive. Like, yeah,
That is so
yeah,
insane.
yeah, that is insane.
So insane.
So insane.
And who knows how many IndyCar championships he has by then?
Yep.
15.
Yeah. Hopefully
So
not.
our only hope is
Oh
the
my
new
God.
car. Our only hope is
Yeah,
the new
I
car.
really don't know. I just want to
Is it
see a
safe
more
to say
competitive
he's
championship.
mastered the current car?
Yes, 100%. I mean, that's not even a debate, I don't think.
At least on
But
road
the new
courses.
car, I really want to see what the new car does for these drivers. Like which drivers it favors, which drivers it kind of hampers a little bit at the beginning.
I think
I
it's
just
gonna
I
the
just want to
more
see a more
aggressive
competitive championship.
the
That's all
more
I
aggressive
ask.
driving style drivers, the late breakers, the Alexander Rossi's or Pato
Hmm.
Awards of the world, I think it benefits them because it's
Hmm.
significantly lighter, so you can kind of do a little bit more with the car. We
Yeah.
saw that type of driving style. Rossi is a huge example of this. When they added the aero screen and added that weight in 2019, Rossi prior
Really
is
affected him.
GOAT Rossi. And that kind of started his fall off a little bit. Not that
Hmm.
he's bad now, and not that he was really bad even. Like 2020, Andretti was still fine. He had a good 500 run. He
Yeah.
wasn't bad with McLaren, but he just what like we've had this conversation with Dave from the Upshift before. If you would have told me when in like 2019 that someone won 5 IndyCar championships in 7 years, I would have thought it was Alexander Rossi.
Yeah, that's wild
Like
to me.
he just was at that
Yeah.
level when came over.
Yeah.
And it just this car really affected his driving style.
I don't know.
I
If you
think
said back in 2018, I probably would have said New Garden, but
also,
yeah.
yeah. My biased young Alexander Rossi fan brain would
Uh,
have said Rossi, but
yeah.
I also agree. Yeah, Newgarden
Yeah.
probably, or even Scott Dixon at that point. He was still on
Maybe.
the top
Yeah.
of the world,
Right.
but still, the I think this car being lighter and built for combat, to quote the F1 movie,
God.
it's just
It's an awful line.
it's
Yeah.
lighter. It's meant to be racy, and I think that helps that type of driving
Hmm.
style. Um, Now Pelot doesn't have that type of driving style. And when I say this, it doesn't hurt the smooth precision driving style like Pelot or even like Dixon, right? It
Hmm.
doesn't hurt that type of driver. It just this current car hurts an aggressive driving style driver. And I think it's going to cut back on how much it does. And it's going
Hmm.
to make it a lot more possible for someone like
Yeah.
Rossi to be fast with his driving style. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how that works.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. When Polo inevitably loses a championship, it's gonna have to happen eventually. We know that's gonna happen eventually.
Or he
Um,
could just win everyone until he retires.
yeah, I don't think so. There's gonna be world peace for a moment, I think. Like the
Oh, good.
celebrations are gonna be like when the Empire fell at the
Mm,
end of Return of the Jedi. It's
I
gonna
feel like
be amazing.
it's the year it happens, whenever it is. It's going to go down to the last race, and they're
Hmm.
going to go in separated by like 4 points or whatever, something
Yep.
really close. It's going
Yep.
to be
Totally.
Pelot and I don't know. Malukas is the one right now to me that screams
Yeah.
like he can
Yeah.
do
Let's
it.
just say Malukas.
I think he is unbiasedly, honestly. I think he's the driver on the grid right now that can do it. He's the only one consistent enough across all three facets of circuits.
I agree.
Um, and he's obviously still developing. And
Hmm.
not reached his peak yet. But say they go in, I feel like it's going to be the biggest Polo hate watch you have ever
Oh
seen.
yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
entire
For sure.
world will be resting on this race for Polo
Hmm.
to lose.
Yep.
And I mean, I feel like F1 fans are going to watch this, rooting for David Malukas, NASCAR fans,
NASCAR fans,
drag strip
everyone,
rate
endurance
fans,
fans, MotoGP fans, rally fans. I don't
NHRA
know.
fans,
Everyone in motorsports is gonna be watching that because yeah.
funny car dirt track
Okay, so when
fans.
that does happen, can the finale please not be Laguna Seca and please be a track that has good racing? Please
Yeah,
give
because
us Nashville as the
Nashville,
finale. Yes. Anyway, yeah, that's
I
all I have to
beg.
say, and hopefully it's with the IR 28, or maybe it'll be next year. Probably not, but
It probably won't be next year.
It
Pelo's
probably
winning
won't be next year.
championship
Pelo's
next
gonna
year.
win next year, and
It's
it's gonna
just
yeah,
he's
that's gonna be
figured this
crazy.
car out too well. Unless
Yeah,
Malukas takes another jump equal to the size of this one. Because
yeah.
I think another equal jump from Malukas puts him competitive with Pelot in a championship sense. Because that this would say he would win on ovals significantly more.
Hmm.
He would be pretty consistently second or third on the road and street
Right.
courses. Like he might be able to outperform on the ovals enough to keep it close.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to beat him, but I think that's the only way I see this being not a repeat of this year.
Hmm.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be Malukas. I think he's just the most likely option. But I mean, if Kirkwood can figure out the ovals or something, that gives me some
Hmm.
hope because he obviously got the street course thing.
Right.
We've got a few options. If this
It's
guy
gonna
can
take
figure out something,
Yeah, it's going to take raw consistency. It's going to take winning more races. That's actually the main thing, right? I think Kirkwood and Malukas have actually been very consistent this year. The problem is they just don't win enough. Pelot has 6 wins on his season by August, by the beginning of August. Kirkwood still only has 1 win. Malukas has not won a race this year. That's why the gap is so big.
Lucas does not want to race ever.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah.
um,
So, I mean, we need to get that out of the way first before we can talk about championships. But I think he can definitely compete for one eventually.
no,
I
for
just don't know how soon
sure.
it's going to be. Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a number of guys that could get there, but the
Mm.
only thing that everyone neglects to remember is Pelot keeps getting better too. He's not
Right.
at a point in his career where Dixon is at now, where he's kind of plateaued and
I,
heading
I
down,
think the only way he loses really is like Ganassi really has a fall off in performance.
and that's only going to come with the new car. That's not coming next
Yeah.
year,
Right. No, no. Because next year's just going to be this year repeated probably with
and
a
the
few
last five
differences.
years repeated.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
I mean, this car
or
is stale. Development's basically stalled. I mean, no one's going to find anything next year. I just don't see it happening. Especially
no,
because most people are like we talked about this. Next year's going to feel like a write-off just for the fans naturally waiting for the new car, but it's also going to feel like a write-off probably for the teams in a way because once you get past the 500, everyone's going to start worrying
strength
about the
development.
new car. Right. They're only worrying about
Especially if we get through the 500 and Pelot is already significantly in the points lead.
they're just
I
going to give
think
up.
a
Yeah.
lot of teams are just going to make the decision and neglect this year because
Right.
it just
Yeah.
feels inevitable at this point. So
Right.
it's even if Pelot is up by, I don't know, 50 points, like something that's you can do it, but like no.
Yeah.
Like I feel like most teams will just be like, all right, screw this year. We're going to develop for next year.
Hmm.
All fun's going that way. Also,
Yeah.
great cup.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my car's 2 cup
I peeped it.
from
Yes,
yeah,
that's
from back in the day.
spectacular. I was
Great.
I bought a tumbler for college yesterday, and I got a
Nice.
Pacers one, but I kind of wish I went the Cars route.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I love my car's 2 cup. Yeah. I've had that forever. I don't know. I still drink out of it because it's just, my boy's on here, Lightning McQueen.
Shout out Lightning.
So
I'm a big tow
yeah.
mater guy.
Nice.
Greatest tow truck racer of all time.
That's fair.
Argue
Yeah.
with the wall.
Best backwards driver.
Best backwards
Besides
driver.
Dennis Alger at Phoenix. Yeah. But
That reel was still so good. I'm so
yeah.
glad that got like 60,000 views.
Yeah.
Good
That was
work on
great.
that. But you did it so fast too. You had it
Yeah, I
out in
know.
like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Um, well, let's Markham. Let's talk the very
Hmm.
little. I don't know this track at all. I don't think anyone does.
No.
But the drivers who have driven it on sim seem to like it.
Yeah.
It seems to be flowy and fast and semi pretty racy.
I don't know how passing's going to be. That's my main concern. But that's
That's
obviously a
the
concern
concern
for
with every
any
new track.
any new track, right?
Let's say
Especially street courses.
I have significantly less concerns about this track and the racing than I do about the DC track. And it's not close.
Actually, yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's not like for me, it's not close. I
yeah.
think this event to me, although moved because of the World Cup and everything that's happening there, I think, and I'm not really I'm sure of if they're planning to stay in Markham, if they're going to go back to Toronto. I don't really know what's happening,
I think this is just a temporary thing because
but I
it's
know that roughly
yeah.
2 years ago when Toronto found out they were going to be hosting a World Cup game, and this whole plan went together. They started to put in work on where can we relocate the race so we can keep it, and how can we
Mhm.
create a good racetrack, right? If
Mhm.
you have the ability to create a new racetrack essentially almost anywhere in Ontario that you want to, you have the ability to go find a good one somewhere,
Mhm.
right? And I'd never heard of Markham before this. I know it's a
Yeah,
suburb
no,
of Toronto essentially. It's kind of
yeah,
like racing in like Westfield, but like
yeah,
Markham's
yeah,
a bit bigger than Westfield from my understanding. Like they've
yeah.
actually got like large buildings and the city looks like legit. Um, and any Canadian I've heard talk about it says positive things. Like Hinch is
Yeah.
excited to get there, for obvious reasons. But
Well, he's paid to say that too, but yeah,
well,
we'll
yeah, but
see.
like on his podcast, he usually is. I mean, him and Rossi just straight up
He
shit
tries to keep
on
it real.
Portland
Yeah,
last week,
that's true. They did. Yeah.
which I respect. I mean, they were being respectful about it, but like, if you could have let them go with like no, all cuss words, no getting in trouble, I think
Hmm.
they both would have just tore it apart. Um,
Hmm.
as most fans would, and we've seen that in the
Yep.
last week. Um, but I'm excited. I think new straight courses definitely benefits the Andretti's in the
It does.
house
Two
with,
weeks in a row.
and then a technical alliance with Dale Coyne can't hurt them.
I mean, it worked for them in St. Pete for sure. So
And Arlington,
yeah,
they obviously
yeah,
didn't. In
right.
Arlington, I think, Hogger was in the Fast 12, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
Grosjean had an unfortunate end to his race, but
Yeah.
that was yeah.
I love to see another really good Dennis Hogger qualifying performance. I
Me
think
too.
he's got the talent to do it. It's just
He showed up this weekend, so
he's only been given the car at select moments throughout the year. And
mhm.
in my opinion, I've seen him capitalize on almost all of those moments.
Oh yeah.
And Grosjean, although not my favorite driver in the series, and definitely
I
not,
think he's done a good job though
I
this year.
think he's good enough that he can be a benchmark. That I can tell
Hmm.
when Grosjean is having a good weekend, that means the car is obviously good. And
Hmm.
whenever I see that, Dennis Hogger is usually right with him, if not above him.
Yeah,
And that's why I believe in Dennis Hogger because whenever the car is clearly there, he usually is performing. He hasn't really
yeah.
missed moments, which is not something you can say with Kyle Collette. Now, I still do believe in Kyle Collette, but I feel like he has, and there's been a lot of unluck.
AJ Foyt have just been off lately. Like Ferrucci's been nowhere, absolutely
Yeah,
nowhere.
he has not been competitive this year.
Yeah,
Really, even at the 500, he wasn't like really. I mean, he was fast, but he wasn't a threat like
it
he's
was
been
his
in the last
weakest
years.
500 performance in many years.
He still
Yeah,
finished in the top 10. Don't,
right.
but
But
he's
let's yeah,
still Ferrucci. He's,
I
he's
know.
not crazy, but
Yeah,
no, but he's like he wasn't a threat to win. I knew he was going
no.
to hang between sixth and 10th all day.
Mhm.
I knew that's exactly what was going to happen.
I don't know. I struggle to believe that it's really his fault because he was so good last year. You can't just fall off that much. I think something's up with that team and the car
Yeah,
performance.
I mean, I think there's a really clear initiative here, and it's the fact that Penske is not supporting them like they did when David Lucas drove for them.
Maybe not. Yeah,
I know we've that their technical alliance is technically like still technical
it's still
alliance
there,
technically it's still
but I
there,
don't know
but
how much is really going
but
on
I
there.
heard reports at the beginning of the year that that relationship is not what it used to be, and it's almost non-existent, and that would make sense, right?
Yeah.
And part of their contract, I'm sure, was something along the lines of as long as David drives for you, we'll be giving you X amount of information. When he
Hmm.
doesn't, it'll be this level.
Hmm.
And it clearly is a lower level. And I think
Yeah.
that's probably one of the main reasons. Because last year they had an exceptional year. They were really fast. Ferrucci was very
Yeah.
competitive, and obviously Malukas
He
was
finished top 10 in the
amazing.
standings, didn't he?
Ferrucci did?
Like,
I don't
yeah.
remember that, but that's insane. And
Yeah.
Malukas
No,
had a
watch out.
great year last year. Obviously, he earned the 12 car. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens here at Markham this weekend. We need to do predictions, and I need to make our graphic. I haven't even started on that, so I'll
I know
have
he
to
didn't. I'm losing my mind. I don't know why I thought that. No, he finished 16th. Wait, it was 2024?
maybe. We need to make, or I need to make the
Yeah,
race
he
weekend
finished ninth in
graphic.
2024. That's right.
So we will make that, get that posted,
Hmm.
get our
Yep.
predictions. We do want to briefly touch on the Creators Predictions League. Dive Bomb Motorsports is just Alex Below, dude.
Yeah, they are.
What
They're the
is
Alex below of the
what is
internet.
Dan cooking over there? I know Archie
I don't
doesn't
know.
even like run the
No,
account.
it's not him.
It's
It's
just
just
Dan.
Dan.
It's just Dan. And Dan's like the greatest predictor of motorsports history.
Yeah,
Like he gets
it's ridiculous.
everything right.
Yeah,
He doesn't miss. I don't think he's had
he
a
studies
weekend.
IndyCar religiously.
I don't think he's had a weekend where he was below 10 points this year, which
Yeah,
is nuts. We're doing everything we can to catch up to him, but it feels like every weekend we have a good weekend and we're just 1 point behind him. I think
I
that's been the
know.
last four races. We've had like 10 points this weekend. He had 11.
We're almost
12
there.
points.
We
He had
can't gain
13.
on him. It's over.
No, we're always, and like
Yeah.
it's the upshift too. We'll have like a good weekend and be with Dive Bomb, and then
Hmm.
Dave will go all the way down and have like a 9 point weekend. And
Yeah.
then that allows us to hold our second place.
Right. I
I
really
was
hope we can hold on.
I
Really
was
hope we need
texting
we need
with
a
Archie
podium.
the other day because I was talking to him about it. I was like, "Do you even have any say in this?" He was like, "No, I just let Dan do it." I was like, "Do you follow along with it?" He was like, "I'll check it every few weeks." I
Yeah.
was like, "Can you like log into the account and hijack it because I really want that star?" And he was
Yes.
like, "No, we cannot do that." uh, Sadly, Archie was not on board with helping
Yeah.
Across the
No.
Bricks beat his own racing platform that he
Yeah. No. I
owns.
can't believe that.
Nah, shocking from Archie. Should have
Should have
snaked his
committed
way over
treason.
here.
Yeah.
Committed treason. Yeah. Well, I'm very excited for Markham this weekend. New tracks are always so fun to go to. Just see
Yep.
the event.
It's gonna be great watching Alex
I
pull up
do
win again.
expect good fan attendance. I think it's
I
going
hope
to look
so.
really good.
Yeah. We'll see.
Toronto and Canada people are very nice and they typically like supporting fun things. So
Hmm.
I'm sure that this will go well. Toronto was always a well attended event. That was amazing. So
Yep.
and Markham's like 30 minutes north of that, from my
Yeah.
understanding. So
I'm sure
I think
people
people will
should make
drive
the
up.
trek out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of them were even from Markham that came to the race. So.
Right.
Um, so I'm excited to see that, and then we'll
Hmm.
reconnect next week to talk about what could be DC. Both of our opinions on that. I know we both have strong opinions on the DC race, and
It's gonna be fun to talk
I
about
think
DC,
we've
especially after
finally,
DC.
yeah, but I think we finally, in terms of going into the weekend, I think we finally gotten to the point where we can share our opinions. Just in
Yeah.
terms of like, there was no point in sharing it in June. Um,
Yeah.
but like now we can actually talk about it, talk about what we expect from the event and
Hmm.
what needs to happen if it's going to be a successful event, one that
Hmm.
celebrates the country well, celebrates
Yep.
IndyCar well, and is a good event. It's going to be well attended. It's going to be well watched.
Yep.
Like it, how do we promote IndyCar in a way that brings in new fans and doesn't just make this a political scheme? Um,
That's the question. That's the
that
question.
is the everlying question. And if it
Yep.
doesn't become a political scheme, I am really excited for this, and I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
If it does, we're screwed, and I might turn the race off.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll
I
keep
don't
it
know
on
if
the
I'll
whole
turn
way
the
through because
race.
I
I don't
want
know if
something to yell at.
I don't know if I'll turn the race off, but I will have very strong things about to say
Hmm.
about it on social media.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways,
Yep.
thanks for listening to this week's podcast, and we'll be in Bloomington next week.
We will. Yes.
Very excited to get down, and we'll probably still be on Zoom next week, not in the media
Probably.
school. But
Probably. Yeah. If we're
this
being
is
real.
honestly
Yeah.
easier, anyways. So still going to go to the setup because it sounds way better in the
Hmm.
pod in the studio, and you feel professional while doing it. It's kind
You
of
do.
fun.
Yeah.
But this has been being able to do this over Zoom is spectacular and easy.
Yeah.
So shout out Zoom and what's this thing called? Ease US or WEC Experts, whatever thing I downloaded to screen record
Nice.
stuff, and IU for giving us unlimited time on Zoom.
Yes. Thank you,
Very
IU.
clutch. We love
Yes.
IU. Heart. Be good at football this year.
I don't know if they will. Oh, but we'll make the playoffs, I think. Maybe.
I think we'll make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'd love another 16 in those season.
Yeah.
Dude,
No. That's
when I interviewed Joey Brienza, I was like, all right, fun question. What are your expectations for the IU football team this year? And I was expecting him to be like, I hope we make the playoffs. I hope we stay competitive. He was like,
mhm.
16 to 0, baby. We're going for it. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I love
All right. Yeah. Cool.
it.
Gotta have that optimism.
Full optimism. Let's go win every
Yes.
game. Josh Hoover is going to be the Heisman. Kurt Signetti is going to be a Hall of Fame inductee after year three. Love it.
Yep. Let's
And
do
he's
it.
probably going to get into it anyways. But,
He will. Yeah. For sure.
anyways,
Just from last year
build
alone.
a statue right now.
Yep. Yep.
Fernando statue, all of it.
All of it.
We just need a line in front of Heps Rock, and it's just
Yep.
the entire team from last year, and then another
Yes.
line, which is this year's team,
Hmm.
if they win. All right. Well, anyways, y'all have a good one, and we will
Yep.
see you next week.
Ciao, ciao.